So before I let you go, I have to ask one last obligatory question, and it's about live golf. And you have been very outspoken against it, and I have loved all of your stances and appreciated them. So, how does this thing play out now? Where are we headed? What do you want to see happen with live and the PGA Tour?
I don't think Liv's going anywhere. I think Liv's going to be around for some time. I mean, if you've dove in and read anything about it, MBS, Saudi, they need to diversify their economy, and they look at golf as the vehicle to do it.
Hmm.
And pushing that vehicle is Live and Yasser, who runs Live. I played golf with President Trump before he got reelected, and I felt like the whole day he wanted to talk about Live. And it was
Hmm.
a fascinating day. Every time we'd put out, he'd come over and want to talk to me about Live.
Hmm.
And one of the things he said to me, he was very generous, and he said, "Look, I know we disagree about Live, but let me just tell you why Live's going to make it." He said Yasser, who heads PIF, who funds Live, said Yasser loves golf more than you do and more than I do. Now,
Hmm.
that's hard to
It
believe,
is very
but
hard to
that's what
believe.
he said. He said, and they have, and I'd never heard this number. He said they have $32 trillion worth of oil under that sand, and they have to diversify their economy. And he said, so Live is not going anywhere. And so if the tour doesn't make alliances with Live, they will continue to poach indefinitely into the future and
Hmm.
always be a threat. So I ended the day and I thought, like, okay, I thought Live might die because
Hmm.
it's such a, from an ROI standpoint, such a
Yeah.
failure. But it turns out that they've got very deep pockets and they're not
That's
going
right.
anywhere. So I just say, look, the idea that Yasser is hung up on the team aspect of golf when there is really no evidence that the world is hungry for team golf, and certainly no evidence that it's hungry for team golf in the far corners of the world because it doesn't then appear in prime time or any reasonable time scale in the United States where the biggest market for golf is. But he's hung up on that. So I say, let's compete. If you remember from 1980 to 1996, there was a little thing called the European Tour, and they had all the best players, all of them. They were all over there. Seve, Nick Faldo, Bernard Langer, Jose Maria Lozano, Sandy Lyle, Ian Woosnam. They won
Yeah,
10 of the 16 Masters from
they
1980 to
did.
1996. Was the PGA Tour impoverished, or was there a sense that it was impoverished because the best players, for the most part, were in Europe? No, we
No.
just competed. And at the major championships, they all came together.
Hmm.
The PGA Tour is very good at running PGA Tour events. And there are cynics and critics out there that raise their eyebrows at the number of dollars that the PGA Tour claims to contribute to charities because they take credit for each local tournament. But nonetheless, the vehicle for those charity tournaments is the PGA Tour. And
Hmm.
it's billions of dollars that go to local charities
Hmm.
and national charities via the PGA Tour. So the PGA Tour, for all the criticism, is a vehicle for good. Its foundation is charity, and it runs the best tournaments in the world. So let's just compete.
Hmm.
I don't see any reason to align with the Saudis or with Liv. Scotty's not going anywhere.
Hmm.
Jordan Spieth's not going anywhere. I say Jordan Spieth, even though his play's fallen off, he's one of the few that still move the needle.
He
Rory's
does.
not going in.
Hmm.
Rory's not going anywhere. And the players that they took, while they're very good, and we do miss some of them, I do too. They don't tend to move the needle as much as they think they do. They
Hmm.
bought, the Saudis did, a moment in time.
Hmm.
Form is ephemeral. Players come and go. They bought some hot players that didn't really move the needle. And in time, their games have decayed. So that's where we're at as far as I'm concerned.
Hmm. I like that. And by the way, speaking of playing with President Trump, I watched the YouTube video of Trump and a live player, Bryson DeChambeau, obviously, and I was highly impressed with President Trump's golf game. Did he hit some good shots the day you played with him?
I want to tell you that President Trump smokes it, hits it on the line. So, if you remember Bruce Litsky's golf swing,
I do.
Bruce Litsky took it inside,
Big
over the
fader.
top.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Okay, right over the top. It's a great way to hit it solid.
Hmm.
That's kind of what President Trump does. He absolutely drives the eyes out of it. He's
Huh.
not the best chipper, he's not the best putter, but he drives the eyes out of it and hits a lot of great iron shots
Hmm.
and loves. I mean, absolutely loves golf.
Just
And
loves it.
I brought a friend of mine along. The president couldn't have been more engaging to everybody in the group. Our wives were there, ask everybody questions. Could speak in great detail about names and shots and golf. And one minute he's showing me his granddaughter's swing, and the next minute he's showing me Sam Snead's swing on his phone. He's like,
Yeah.
what do you think my granddaughter needs to do? And why
Hmm.
can't could she do this or she do this? And anyway, it was a very interesting day. And I say this to people are like, I can't believe you play with President Trump. I'm like, listen.
Hmm.
As the president of the United States, I would play with Biden. I'd play with Barack Obama. I'd play with
I
Bill
got you.
Clinton. Are you
Yep.
kidding me?
Are you
These are
kidding
the
me?
most. Are you? Why would we not
Yeah.
take the opportunity to get to know the most fascinating politicians of our time?
Yeah. Which golf course did you play with him?
We played his course down in the Jupiter Palm Beach area,
Yes. Yeah.
which
Okay.
was beautiful, absolutely beautiful.
And how did you
Look,
play?
he and I were partners. I played pretty good. I wouldn't say I played great, but I played pretty good. You play fast, you move along pretty fast.
Huh.
But I certainly hit a lot of good shots.
And by the way, you've had some physical problems, right? Have you bounced back?
I have, yeah. Thank you, boy. You do your homework.
I
Yeah, I've had
do.
some
Thank you.
tennis elbow here and there. It went away mysteriously. I don't know how. It's the same way it came
that's
to me.
that's always the way. Yeah. Okay.